So we are online. Try to talk so we can see if you actually also come online.
Okay, am I here? Am I with you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me check what's happening. Okay. Yes. Yes, I can
Okay,
see you.
brilliant. Well
Brilliant.
done, Rene. You're looking totally professional. The radio rabbi, you know? So,
Radio Rabbi. Yes.
yeah, really great headset you have there. You know what? So we're going to go really straight from Shalom Aleichem to Lachadodi. Is that true?
Yeah.
Maybe you fill in with a prayer or something in between spoken. Would you do that while I just get
Okay,
myself?
I can read
I think that would be
a
lovely.
psalm. Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
very nice.
Yeah.
Maybe a little
Yeah.
helps,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Philip, you're here. Brilliant. Rebekka, yes, we're live. We know. We're not gonna say anything. Yeah. Shabbat Shalom, Sarah and Josh. You're online as well. It's good to see you. Good. So maybe Rebekka, you could start with just a nigun or something to put you in the spirit of Purim. Thank you, Rebekka, for this nice way to enter Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom to you all who are watching us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I have access only to the Facebook comment section, so my apologies for those who I can't name today specifically. So I can see that Janet is here, Philip, Tina, Philip Hyman, and Dominic Scholtes, Sybil Gilbert, Tina and Neil, Natalia Martin, Sarah and Josh, Rebekka. Shabbat Shalom to you all. Shabbat Shalom. And tonight it's a special Shabbat because Rebekka and I are sharing this service to give you a bit of a Purim vibe in a way. And actually, maybe I can just for a moment speak with my very nice mask. Okay, so that's, I don't know if it works. Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, fine.
Oh.
So Shabbat Shalom to you all, and we're now on page 75, and over to you, Rebekka.
Yeah, just a few words about the music this evening. In the spirit of Purim, a festival when we celebrate a time for turning the unexpected upside down, you should be prepared this evening for a few surprises when we Some of the Shabbat prayers are going to be sung with unexpected but familiar melodies. Chag Purim, Chag Purim, Chag Gadol hu LaYehudim, Masechat Hashanim, Smirot Rikudim. Avan Arisha, Rash, 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 Avan Arisha, Rash, 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 Avan Arisha, Rash, Rash, Rash. Barashanim, Chag Purim, Chag Purim, Chag Gadol hu LaYehudim, Masechot Rashanim, Smirot Rikudim. Avan Arisha, Rash, 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 Avan Arisha, Rash, 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 Avan Arisha, Rash, 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 Barashanim.
We're on page 75 for the candle lighting. Do you want to light the candles, Rebekka, please?
I think you should, I think.
Okay. Okay, if you haven't done this yet, if I can find my... Okay. Believe me when I say that everything was prepared, and now I can't find my...
lighter.
I've got the light. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת. Shabbat Shalom. On page 76.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malchi Hamlachim, Akadosh, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem leshalom Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malchi Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malchi Hamlachim, Akadosh, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Bachuni leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malchi Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Zeidchem leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malchi Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon. Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
I would like to share with you now a passage, a text written by Franz Kafka. I gave orders for my horse to be brought round from the stable. The servant didn't understand me. I myself went to the stable, saddled my horse, and mounted. In the distance, I heard a bugle call. I asked him what this meant. He knew nothing and had heard nothing. At the gate, he stopped me, asking, "Where are you riding to, master?" "I don't know," I said. "Only away from here, always away from here. Only by doing so I can reach my destination." "And so you know your destination?" he asked. "Yes," I answered. "Didn't say so. Away from here, that is my destination." "You have no provisions with you," he said. "I need none," I said. "The journey is so long that I must die of hunger if I don't get anything on the way. No provisions can save me, for it is fortunately a truly immense journey." On page 91.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמונה עם סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי כלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. 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 Please stand for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai לעולם ועד. Baruch hu et Adonai Amavoch. Baruch Adonai Amavoch leolam vaed.
We're on page 93. We praise you, Eternal One, our God, sovereign of the universe, whose word brings on the evening, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, whose understanding changes times and seasons, and whose will set the stars in their courses in the sky. You make day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light. You make day pass and bring on the night, and separate day from night. You rule the host of heaven. We praise you, O God, whose word makes evening fall.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך, לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו, ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסור ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו Israel. The top of page 94. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך, בכל לבביך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה, אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשורבך ובקומך. וגשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Emet. All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone, Eternal One, are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You have freed us from oppressors and delivered us from tyrants. You led us out of Egypt forever to serve you in freedom. When we witness your power, we praise your name and give thanks. Willingly, we accepted your rule. Then, full of joy, we sang together.
מי כמוך בעלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש. נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך, לעולם ועד.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. And we are on page 96.
השכיבנו, אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך, והושיענו למען שמך.
Spread over us the shelter of your peace, guide us with your wise counsel, and for your name's sake be our help. Shield us from sickness and war, from famine and distress, and keep us from wrongdoing. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are our guardian and deliverer, a gracious and merciful God. Guard our going out and our coming in, that now and always we may have life and peace. We praise you, O God. May your sheltering peace descend on us and all who dwell on earth. Page 97.
Adonai, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד, ופי תהילתך. אדוני, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד, ופי יגיד, ופי יגיד תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה מתים אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה מתים ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיר ישועה, ונאמנת על החיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. קדוש אתה ונורא שמך, ואין לנו אלוה מבלעדיך. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. We thank you, O God, for this Sabbath day, which calls us to a closer communion with you. Though you are near to us at all times, you reveal your presence most clearly when we direct our thoughts towards you in worship and meditation. In you, O God, our humanity is exalted. You are our life. From you come its greatness, its power, its beauty. Establish in us, we humbly pray, a devotion to you that shall be firm in all the circumstances of life. May this service renew in our hearts the sense of your presence and bring us peace. And turn to page 100. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'emoteinu, our God and God of ancestors, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us by your commandments and make us loyal to your teaching. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, eternal one, let the holiness of your Sabbath enter our hearts, and may all Israel who hallow your name be exalted by its peace. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of the Sabbath. ירצה אדוני אלוהינו בעמך ישראל, ותפילתם באהבה תקבל. Eternal God, be gracious to people Israel, and in your love accept their prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. We praise you, O God, whom alone we worship in reverence. Modim anachnu lach. We give thanks that you, Eternal One, are our God, as you were the God of ancestors, for you are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age. We thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. We praise you, O God, source of goodness, to whom our thanks are due.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל ואת כל העמים בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. We praise you, O God, the source of peace. And we have a moment for quiet meditation. יהיו לרצון עם רפי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל בני אדם, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל בני אדם.
Thank you, Rebekka. Thank you for leading the service so beautifully, as usual, to be honest. It's always a pleasure to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
A few words about Purim. Of course, your Purim started on Thursday evening and was today, but the big celebration for us as a community will be tomorrow. As you know, we have prepared a morning of fun and interesting things to do tomorrow for Purim. So I just wanted to say a few words about the festival of Purim, because if you remember well, last year at the same time, it was actually the last time we could actually be together as a community. So there's a kind of milestone in the pandemic year that it's been a year now. So there is definitely a joyful element in the for Festival of Purim. And we find in Tractate Megillah in the Talmud, the tractate that talks about the festival of Purim, this sentence: one should drink until one no longer knows how to distinguish between cursed is Haman and blessed is Mordechai. So you have to drink as much as you can, uh, as an expression of your joy. And as you know, all over the world, Jews dress up for Purim, wear costumes and masks, have fun, enjoy acting up and breaking boundaries, because that's the spirit of Purim as well. It's the equivalent of carnival, the same at the end of winter, the start. We have some glimpses into the spring that is coming, and it's a kind of explosion of joy and silliness, but it's also a bit scary, because people hide behind masks. They feel they can do whatever they want. And if you think about the most famous carnival in the world in Rio, in Brazil, the number of crime is rocketing during carnival. So as I said, this poem happens almost precisely a year since our lives were turned upside down. Most of us last year began sheltering at home, changing our behavior in dramatic way, distancing ourselves from friends and family, working from home for those privileged who still manage to work, and protecting ourselves by wearing masks in public. And as you listen to my words tonight, we are still wearing masks, and these masks are not Purim masks. These masks are intended, are not in, intended, these masks are not intended to hide our identity behind some pretended new one. These days, putting masks is for a serious purpose. It's to protect ourselves and people around us from the virus that is threatening our health and well-being. However, even these masks can change how we behave, because they create a sense of distance and even secrecy. And remember, in the middle of the winter, when we had hats and the mask, there was not much left of the face, which in a public space is quite difficult, because when we walk in the street, we want to say we want to see the other's face, and this wasn't possible. On this Shabbat, we read a portion that describes at great length the garments of a high priest. And implicitly, with a mystery It describes a mystery associated with wearing this opulent attire during sacrificial ceremonies. There's a lot of details, extreme precisions, and how these garments, vestments were worn by Aaron and his son. The high priest garments are gorgeous. They are made from the most expensive fabrics in stunning colors of blue, gold, crimson, and adorned with the best precious stones. I'm pretty sure that the high priest would do very well with RuPaul Drag Race. Each piece of garment has a specific purpose and represents something and is actually a statement. So, what is the statement we are making today when we wear masks? I know, and we've heard, all of us have heard this, people who don't believe in masks, people, as if health was actually a matter of belief and not science. Some even believe that vaccine is dangerous, inefficient, and I even heard someone saying that Bill Gates was using the vaccine to insert a chip in our body in order to control us. I mean, these conspiracy theories are not new. And we know that even today, I heard this recently that in Britain, 2 million people believe that the earth is flat. So that's quite a lot. In a way, it could be a tribute to human imagination if it wasn't actually very dangerous. The mask that we are wearing this Purim and our unnatural physical distancing behavior, they are both feature and representation of a collective responsibility. We wear masks to protect not only ourselves, but also the people around us. Masks are a metaphor of something hidden, of course, but also something protective. Many people have started to imagine the world that is awaiting us, ahead of us. And we know we have these 4 steps that the government set up, and hopefully, if everything goes by the book, the 21st of June, which incidentally in France, the 21st of June is the festival of music. So on the 21st of June, everybody goes out in the street, play music, sing, dance, etc. It's a very joyful festival in France, and I really loved it. But at this stage, we can only ask the right questions. As the vaccine makes its way into more and more people, and Britain is doing pretty well on that, and when the pandemic will finally have receded slightly, the questions are, will we be able to display the same commitment to care for each other once we no longer need to wear masks? Will we learn that the world and ourselves are not exactly the same as we left it a year ago? So it's my turn to have sirens now. Now it's your turn. It's really very noisy in the world around us. Will we be capable of developing, maturing, and realizing that we need to reattune ourselves to this new reality? And the answers to these questions belong to us. We shouldn't let other people answer for us. If we have learned only one thing during this pandemic, is that we are much more powerful than we thought, much more powerful than we thought as a community. It is time to seize the opportunity and to take the initiative. We don't want to go back to the world as it was. We all want a brighter future, and once our masks are off, we will look into it, shape it, and own it. Ken Yeh Ratzon. Shabbat Shalom. So, Rebekka, I think you have now for us some Purim treats. So I'm going to put on my screen a first song.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. That's lovely. Shakoyach.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I thought we might have just 2 Purim songs this evening. One of them is a traditional Israeli folk song, Chag Purim. You've heard me singing this melody. I sang the song at the beginning of the service, and you've heard it now in a few other settings of our prayers. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to pick that up very quickly, and we should all enjoy singing a few Purim songs. And I'll tell you about the second song in a moment. So this one. Chag Purim, Chag Purim HaYeladim. Let's all go together now. And Chag Purim, Chag Purim, Chag Gadol HaLeYehudim. Masechat Rashanim, Zmirot Rikudim. And again, Masechat Rashanim, Zmirot Rikudim. Havana Risha Rash Rash Rash, Havana Risha Rash Rash Rash, Havana Risha Rash Rash Rash, Rashanim. Havana Risha Rash Rash Rash, Havana Risha Rash Rash Rash, Havana Risha Rash Rash Rash, Parashanim. Chag Purim, Chag Purim, Chag Gadol LeYehudim, Masechot Rashanim, Shmirat Rikudim, Havana Risha Rash Rash Rash, Havana Risha Rash Rash Rash, Havana Risha Rash Rash Rash, Parashanim. Last time. Chag Purim, Chag Purim, Chag Gadol LeYehudim, Masechot Rashanim, Zmirat Rikudim, Havana Risha Rash Rash Rash, Havana Risha Rash Rash Rash, Havana Risha Rash Rash Rash, Parashanim. Okay, that's hopefully cheered everybody up. And now the second song we're going to sing is a Yiddish song. A Yiddish song from the 19th century. Isn't that an incredible thought? I find that an incredible thought. So this Yiddish song, Heint is Purim, was written by one of the most famous 19th century Yiddish poets, songwriters, Avram Goldfaden. He lived between 1840 and 1908, so that really does put this song well into the 19th century. So I find it's quite awesome to sing a Yiddish song that we know must have been written in the 19th century. He in fact was a Russian Jewish poet who then went to live in Romania, and he set up the first Yiddish theatre, the first professional Yiddish theatre. So this is a very significant person in our Yiddish culture, and it seems lovely to be able to sing one of his songs. I actually thought, can I just say, Rene, I think we've got the English, the Yiddish, and then we have an English verse if we go down a bit further.
Yeah, I can rule.
So
yes,
I wondered whether, I'm thinking of Jill Hyman particularly here, who I thought to myself, she would really love to sing one of the verses in English, and I thought the second verse would be perfect for our Purim, obviously for Purim, with all the mention of Haman. But let's start with the Yiddish, if we just take the page up for the moment. And this is quite an interesting song. I'm going to sing the first 4 lines on my own, and I'm going to ask you to join. It's not difficult, okay? Heint is... And yeah, here we go. Heint is Purim, Brüder, es ist der Jontif Groß. Lass mir singen Lieder, wir gehen von Haus zu Haus. Today it's Purim. It is a wonderful festival. Let's sing songs and go from house to house, all together. Heint ist Purim, Brüder, es ist der Jontif Groß. Lass mir singen Lieder, wir gehen von Haus zu Haus. Now it changes, but it's not difficult, so I'm going to sing it first. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Here we go, and let me sing it first. Lach morde, lach lach, a jontevel mach, kinderlich ken. Kindskinder gedenken dem Nest. Tanz fröhlich und springt, tanz frei. No, here we go. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to sing this and start again from Lach Mordelach. Here we go. Lach Mordelach, lach, a jontevel mach, Kindskinder gedenken den Nest. Singt Brüderlach, singt, tanzt fröhlich und springt, dem teuren Tag nicht vergesst. From the top, here we go. From Lach Mordelach, here we go. And Lach Mordchalach lach, a jontevel mach, Kindskinder gedenken dem Nest. Singt Brüderlach, singt, tanzt fröhlich und springt, dem teuren Tag nicht vergesst. Singt Brüderlach, singt, tanzt fröhlich und springt, dem teuren Tag nicht vergesst. From the top. Heinz ist Purim, Brüder, es ist der Jontiv Geus. La mir singen Lieder, wir gehen von Haus zu Haus. Lach Morde, lach, lach, a jontevel mach, Kindskinder gedenken dem Nest. Singt Brüderlach, singt, tanzt fröhlich und springt, dem teuren Tag nicht vergesst. Singt Brüderlach, singt, tanzt fröhlich und springt, dem teuren Tag nicht vergesst. So let's have the English verse now, please. Here we go. And Haman is a bad man, all of us agree. All together, Haman is a bad man, all of us agree. God won't let this madman get away scot-free. God won't let this madman get away scot-free. Here we go now. Wait, wait, Haman, wait. You'll meet your fate. We were saved by the Holy One. Singt, everyone sing. Dance and have your fling. Let's all join in the fun. Sing, everyone sing. Dance and have your fling. Let's all join in the fun. Haman is a bad man, all of us agree. God won't let this madman get away scot-free. Haman is a bad man, all of us agree. God won't let this madman get away scot-free. Okay. I hope that was quite fun actually with the English as well, isn't it? What do you think, Rene? What do you think?
I loved it. I really loved it. I love Yiddish. I love Yiddish songs anyway.
Yeah.
So much ruach and yeah, it's really a very emotional music and talks to the heart. Yeah, thank you, Rebekka.
I think you're absolutely right there, because I think the essence of any Yiddish song is simply it evokes a very emotional world, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
agree.
When you once you realise that, you either want to step into that, and some people don't want to, but when you do step into that, I think it's a beautiful place. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
And I can see on the Facebook comment section that actually people loved it as well.
Oh,
Sandra
good.
loved it. Michelle, Karen, yeah, they all loved it. Mike, Philip, thank you guys for being here, and thank you, Rebekka,
Oh,
for
well,
giving
thank you, everyone.
us all this wonderful music. So before we finish our service tonight, I just wanted to give you a few uh, information. Of course, tomorrow we have Purim Spectacular, which will be shared between Beiteinu and the adults of the community. So we will start with Vince will sing some of Purim songs as well. He will sing the part of the liturgy with Purim music. Then the Beit Anu children will share the blessings. They wrote their own morning blessings, so they will share them with us, which I think will be just amazing. For those who came yesterday, we had a study session on Purim. We talked about the strong women of the Megillah, and we discussed Vashti and Queen Esther. So tomorrow you'll meet Vashti and Sandra, who is doing this amazing Shabbat Island disc. We'll do a Purim Island disc tomorrow. And Vashti will be here. And yeah, I mean, it's on the newsletter, but Rebekka will play Vashti, and I know she's well prepared. So get ready for something very, very entertaining and really fun. We will also read the Megillah because that's part of the Purim celebration. But instead of reading the ganze Megillah, as they say, we're going to read in a rhyme Megillah, which was written by one of our American colleagues, who is a very good poet, and she put the whole book of Esther into one long poem. So this will be tomorrow. We will also judge Haman tomorrow. So we have a few rabbis who will come tomorrow from Beitenu, and we will decide if Haman deserves Hamantashen or not. Because he's really a bad guy. So we will decide if he deserves to have Hamantashen, and Haman will be played by Rabbi Janet. And as Craig said in the newsletter, it's purely coincidence. Don't make any connection between Haman and Janet. Thank you. So this Kiddush will be on Zoom tomorrow. Monday evening at 1 p.m., we'll have as a follow-up on what we did on, when was it? I don't remember, but now I think it was Wednesday evening. We had a house meeting online with Citizens UK, and they are organizing a Southwest London Listen Summit, which will be very interesting because we have it's organized by Citizens UK in partnership with NHS Trust, commissioners, local authorities, Health Watch, and other community partners. And we are thinking, as a community at council, we started to think about how can we be part of this mental health recovery for our community and for the larger society. And we came up with a few ideas, which we will talk to you about in more details in the coming weeks, because the recovery will be economic, of course. People have lost their jobs. Government has borrowed billions and billions of pounds, but as a community, what we can do mainly, we can't find billions of pounds. That would be great, but we don't have this capacity. But what we can do is to be part of this recovery, mental health recovery. And this is one of the steps we're going to take. So if you're free at 1 p.m. on Monday, please join us. You just need to register, and it's on in the newsletter. So usual classes, Biblical Hebrew, Extreme Judaism, and also Hebrew for beginners. So I'm in discussion with Dominic to start a new series, which won't start just now because she has already some students, but a bit later in the year, we will do a new Hebrew for beginners series. Next week, No, it's this week actually. Gosh, I need to get ready. We have the amazing tale of a Karogeniza. So it's something which we have organized with the Ark Synagogue, former NPLS, and I think I start the first session on the 4th of March, discussing about what the Karogeniza has provided in terms of biblical text manuscripts, how we can, it helps our understanding of a biblical text. So next week, Erev Shabbat service online here, and next week we have a family service as well, organized and led by Beiteinu, and Sunday the 7th of March, which is next Sunday, Film Crusher Zoom discussion on the trials of Oppenheimer. So I think that, and of course, many things in the newsletter still. So again, well done, Mazel Tov to Andre, who was on Question Time last Sunday, and you can see a picture, a snapshot of this Question Time. She was the only woman on the panel, and she was just brilliant. So well done, Andre. You made us so proud, and very. I mean, I really love what you said. And yeah, there are pictures of our Kayla garden, which is starting to come back to life. You know, as we all are at the moment, as this time of the year. And yeah, so other stuff. First bat mitzvah on the 13th of March with Tess Weinstein. So just bear in mind that because Tess Weinstein is from the United States and her family is on the Eastern Coast, we've decided to move forward a bit, to have a service a bit later, to allow a family to be there online as well. Normally, everybody would be here, so we wouldn't have to change. But, you know, COVID times, different times, so we will start at 1 p.m. to allow her family from North America to be with us. And Saturday the 13th, musical showcase, the equivalent of Careless Got Talent on musical level. And I don't know, yeah, okay. And Communal said Sunday 28th of March, we are organizing, we have a group of people coming together to try to make something really unique and unusual and entertaining. Great. I think that's it. I didn't see Book Crushers on the 13th of March. So you've got music. Oh God, the 13th of March is very busy. So there's a bat mitzvah, musical showcase. There is a Book Crushers in the morning. So yeah, it will be a very busy Shabbat. And I guess, yeah, thank you all for coming tonight. It's such a great pleasure to know that you're here and to see your name popping up on my Facebook, and all of you on YouTube and Twitter. I give you lots of love, and we're going to finish now our service on page 520, and over to you, Rebekka.
Please stand for the Aleinu. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, אשר שם חלקנו לייחד את שמו וגורלנו להמליך מלכותו. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום, והשבות אל לבביך. כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. Trusting in you, eternal God, we hope soon to behold the glory of your might, when false gods will vanish from our hearts and idolatry cease forever. Help us to perfect the world by bringing it under your unchallenged rule, when all will invoke your name, relinquish evil, and turn to you alone. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
As we worship before you, O God, we think of those who once shared with us the joys of burdens of life and who are no longer in our midst. The sorrow of bereavement is softened by the bond of love which continue to unite us with our dear ones, and by our cherished memories of them, which we will always carry in our hearts. May all that was good in their lives remain with us as an influence for good. O God, grant consolation to those who are in sorrow, and light to those in darkness. And this week we think of Sarah Eves, who lost her sister Roberta Swan, who was buried this week. She was a member of the Reform Synagogue next door, Northwest Surrey. And on this Shabbat, we also remember, where's my list now? David Kiverstein, the father of Keith Kiverstein, Gloria Ward, the mother of Jane Watts, Marion Plasko, the wife of Brian Plasko, Dennis Sales, the father of James Sales. Zichronam Livracha. May the memory be for good for all of us and for the mourners. Hamakom Yinachem Etchem Betor She'ar Avlei Tzion V'Rishalayim. May the one who comfort all the mourners comfort you. As we say together on page 524. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה. בעלמא יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו, אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם לעלמי עלמיה. יתברר וישתבר ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל בחתה ושירתה, תוש בחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל בני אדם ואמרו אמן. And we're on page 525.
אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, להתנשא והפסוק כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, ואחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה. והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו להכבירה. בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה. והוא אלי וחי גואלי, וצורף לי בעת צרה. והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא. בידו הפקיד רוחי, בעת תשען ואירה, ואמרוכי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא אירא בידו הפקיד רוחי בעת תשען ואירא ואמרוכי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא אירא.
Let us give thanks for the past week, for life and health, for home and love and friendship, for what we have achieved in our work and the satisfaction it has given us. And let us give thanks for the blessing of rest and peace, which the Shabbat brings to body, mind, and soul. Yevarech Adonai ve'ishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Yaher Adonai panav elecha vichuneka. May God look kindly upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom. May God reach out to you in tenderness and give you peace. And let us say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
And let's do now the Kiddush, which is in your prayer books on page 564. 564. So if you can get ready. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר בכה אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן, אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא ים תחילה למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת, אמן. לחיים, to life. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, המוציא לחם מן הארץ, אמן. Thank you. Thank you, Rebekka. Thank you all for coming here tonight. And I'll see you tomorrow at 11:15 for our Purim service. Shabbat Shalom. God bless you all.